She accidentally injected him with alien DNA and awakened secret powers. Now she's pregnant. The old mining colony on Asteron 5 had been abandoned for decades, its metal corridors filled with echoes and dust. Few dared to step inside, but Dr. Lyra Valen wasn't like most. She was an alien geneticist, half researcher, half exile, searching for a way to preserve her species after a devastating plague had left them dwindling. She wasn't supposed to bring humans into this. But tonight she had no choice. Ethan Cole, a freighter pilot with more debts than credits, had stumbled into her lab deep beneath the colony's ruins. He'd been injured in a skirmish with scavengers, blood pouring from his side. Lyra had dragged him in, her hands trembling as she prepared her instruments. "Stay still," she whispered, her luminous green eyes narrowing as she pressed a vial into the injector. Ethan gritted his teeth. "That's not normal medicine, is it?" Her hesitation was answer enough. With a hiss, the needle pierced his skin. The glowing serum entered his veins, and Ethan's scream shook the chamber. His body arched, muscles tightening, as if his blood were on fire. Lyra watched in horror. She had meant only to heal him with regenerative cells, but she had grabbed the wrong vial, one that contained a prototype blend of her people's DNA. The transformation began at once. Hours later, Ethan awoke in a haze. His wound had sealed completely, leaving behind only smooth, unbroken skin. But more than that, he felt different, stronger, sharper. His hearing picked up the faint hum of machines buried in walls, and when he clenched his fist, the metal table beside him rattled. "What the hell did you do to me?" he demanded, voice low and trembling with fury. I made a mistake," Lyra admitted, her hands clasped tightly. "You shouldn't have survived that injection. No human should have. But your body, it's adapting. You may be the bridge between our kinds." Ethan shoved himself up, glaring. "A bridge? I didn't sign up to be your experiment." But before Lyra could reply, the colony's alarms wailed. Red lights strobed across the walls. Outside, scavenger raiders had returned, dozens strong, their armored vehicles rumbling closer. "They've tracked you here," Lyra said. "And now they'll kill us both." Ethan's instincts screamed to run, but something inside him shifted. Power surged through his blood, alive and hungry. He clenched his hand, and the metal door slammed shut as if obeying his will. He stared at his palm in disbelief. What did you put in me?" "Alien DNA," Lyra whispered. "And it's awake." The raiders stormed in, cutting through the bulkhead with plasma torches. Ethan moved before he could think. His body blurred with impossible speed, slamming into the first attacker and sending him flying across the corridor. Another raised a blaster, but with a flick of Ethan's hand, the weapon bent like clay. Lyra watched, half terrified, half awed. Ethan was no longer just human, he was something more, something new. Together they fought side by side. Lyra used her precision lasers, Ethan wielded his newfound strength, and within minutes, the raiders retreated into the wasteland, their leader screaming curses as they fled. When silence returned, Ethan collapsed against the wall, sweat dripping down his brow. "I don't know what's happening to me," he panted. Lyra knelt beside him, her hand pressing against his chest, feeling the rapid thrum of his heart. "You are becoming what neither of our species could be alone," she said softly. "Something stronger. Something destined." Days turned into weeks. Ethan remained at Lyra's hidden lab, testing the extent of his powers. He could bend metal, run faster than any machine, and heal wounds within moments. But the bond forming between them grew just as quickly. Late one night, under the pale glow of alien moons, Lyra confessed her truth. My people cannot bear children anymore. The plague destroyed our ability to continue. That serum, it was my last desperate attempt to preserve us. Ethan's voice was rough, torn between anger and compassion. So I'm just a replacement. Her luminous eyes glistened. No, you're more. You've given me something I thought I lost forever. Hope. Their lips met then, a desperate kiss forged from survival and something deeper. Months later, the truth emerged. Lyra sat in the quiet of the lab, her trembling hands pressed to her stomach. She had run the tests a dozen times, and each one confirmed the impossible. She was pregnant. When Ethan walked in, she turned to him, tears shining like stars. Your DNA. It fused with mine. Ethan, I'm carrying a child. Our child. Silence filled the chamber, heavy and endless. Ethan's face shifted, shock, fear, disbelief, before softening into something fierce. Determined. They'll come for us, he said, jaw tight. Both your people and mine. They'll call this abomination a threat. But I don't care. He stepped forward, placing his hand over hers, feeling the faint pulse of new life. We'll protect it. No matter what it takes. Lyra leaned into him, her voice breaking. Then we fight. Not as human, not as alien, but as one. The abandoned colony hummed with new power that night. Ethan's blood sang with alien fire, and Lyra's heart carried a secret future. Together, they stood on the threshold of something greater than survival. Legacy. Not just the child within her, but the beginning of a new species. Born from accident, bound by love, and destined to change the galaxy forever. And as the stars burned above, they both knew. The universe would never be the same. Ilara sat frozen, the small device trembling in her hand. Two glowing lines stared back at her, undeniable, unrelenting. She was carrying Kale's child. Not just his, theirs. Human and alien intertwined, something the world had never seen before. When Kale stepped into the room, his glowing eyes softened instantly at the sight of her tears. Ilara, what's wrong? She swallowed hard, her voice breaking. Kale, I'm pregnant. For a moment, the soldier in him, the man who faced down monsters without blinking, was utterly still. Then he sank to his knees before her, his hand hovering before resting gently against her stomach. His touch radiated warmth, faintly pulsing with that alien glow. A shuddering breath escaped him. Then it's true, he whispered. We've created something new. Her fear spilled over. What if it's dangerous? What if they come for us again? For it. He lifted his gaze, fierce determination burning behind the otherworldly green in his eyes. Then let them come. I'll fight every last one of them. You and our child, you're my reason to live now. My power isn't a curse anymore. It's a promise. Ilara's tears turned into quiet sobs as she leaned into him. For the first time since that terrible accident in the lab, she didn't feel the weight of guilt. Instead, she felt hope. Outside, the dawn painted the sky in fiery streaks, as if the universe itself bore witness. Somewhere in the vast dark, alien eyes surely watched, but Ilara no longer trembled. In Kale's arms, with life stirring inside her, she whispered back the vow he'd made. Together. No matter what it takes. And with that, their story, the story of humanity's next chapter, truly began.